So we're in Little Switzerland, sort of. I guess you'd call this kind of the Wildeacres area of Little Switzerland, or
Little Switzerland area.
Little Switzerland area. The Wildeacres down on the side of the hill, but we're kind of sort of parallel to it. Gillespie Gap, not Gillespie. What is this? Gooch's Gap.
Gooch's Gap. Yeah, I don't know where it got that name.
And that's Strawberry Ridge up there in front of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
They still keep the airstrip open. I mean, we were talking the other day.
In the summertime, yeah.
They fly into.
Well, I'd say they can go in there anytime. But several little planes come in the summer.
When did they build that house up there? That was the DuPonts that built the house there, wasn't it? Because I remember we used to come across that ridge and hunt rabbits.
Back in the 90s sometime, I guess. I don't know exactly when it was. 15 years ago or something.
Still got a bunch of. For those who don't know what laurels are, I guess they're rhododendron, but we call these mountain laurel, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then the other, what people really would say is mountain laurel, we always called it ivy, which is the littler, smaller stuff.
With a smaller leaf.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to come up the old girls' camp road here in just a minute. I like showing people this because you can see a whole lot more when the leaves are off the trees. It's prettier in the summer and fall and everything, but you know, a lot of beautiful foliage. At least you can see a lot more mountains and stuff, views through the trees and stuff with the leaves off. This is the old girls' camp road. When you were a little boy, did they still run that girls' camp?
Yes, they did when I was grown.
Really?
And up into the 50s and 60s.
It was always only girls that could go there, right?
Well, the old ladies that did own it sold out, and they tried to make it a girls and boys camp, I think, or something like that. It didn't go over too good. The original owners done pretty well with it.
I remember they had a swimming pool there.
Yeah.
Tree houses and all kinds of little buildings were there. It's abandoned when I was growing up.
Cabins.
So this is Parkway, and we're at Gooch's Gap. I can't remember. It's about 3,100 feet high here, something like that. We'll see on the sign on the way back.
32.
32. It says on the sign. 3360, I think it says. A little higher up than I thought. So we're coming up here to the Wildeacres Tunnel. Now that is Wildeacres off to our left.
Yeah.
You can see a kind of a mountain little hump sticking up over there. There's a resort kind of thing, or a kind of a conference center up in the mountains here that people go to. You can go to, I guess, Wildeacres Conference Center or whatever and look that up online. Now your land goes to the top of the hill up here, to the top of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So Dad's land borders the Parkway here at the top of the tunnel. And we don't have the spectacular icicles you sometimes have. Looks like a lot of them have fallen off, haven't they? Here's Wildeacres Tunnel. I kind of came up to see if we could see some ice. It must have got too warm and the ice fell off, but you can see a bunch of it where it was.
Didn't get cold enough last night to freeze it.
What's that laying in the road?
Awesome or something.
Did something. Should turn the lights on. I could see it. Maybe we'll do it on the way back. You know what that mountain over there is called on the other side?
Woods' Knob, I believe.
Woods' Knob.
The highest part of it there, I believe that's what it is.
I know a lot of somewhere up in here, maybe it's just a little farther on up, that kind of all of it down to the left is watershed for McDowell County, isn't it?
Well, for
Lake Tahoma, Asheville.
Well, some of it's from that down like
Dad's land goes around to the left here too, down into the gap. This is Deer Lick Gap. I'll drive around it one time just so you can see. So Dad's road is named after that. Deer Lick Gap is where Dad's land kind of settled into that. Now you told me when I was a little kid, and I don't know if it's the truth or not. Did a guy hang himself on one of these trees up here? You told me.
Right out yonder.
That old oak right out there. I remember you telling me that when they found him, his feet were just barely off the ground.
His feet was touching the ground.
Really? That old gnarled tree there.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's
I think the limb that is hanging on just fell off.
Wow. I remember I used to come up here and I would always think about that. As a trail starts right here, it goes up what's called Three Knobs, and you can walk that trail. It's a beautiful little hiking trail. So that mountain kind of in front of us to the right is that's where our tree farm and all was. Still Dad's upper meadow. I showed some video last week of my brother shooting guns up there in the meadow. So that's part of the land there to the right. I thought I'd take that thing toward Crabtree Meadows, unless you want to turn around and go back somewhere.
I ain't no
We can
worry.
see your meadow there through the trees. See it better on the way back.